Hello and welcome back to episode 5 of the Before series. We will be introducing a new character by the name of Baldur, as sadly Pursuer Flameborn has had to take a step back from the podcast as she is pregnant. Woohoo! So she is exhausted doing, growing a baby. So she will be joining us as and when she can, if she feels up to it. So Baldur will be taking her place in this campaign going forward. Hope you enjoy it. This is The Hunter Becomes the Hunted. Our story this time takes us to a darkened forest in the southernmost regions of the Elvis forests. An unusually tolerant elf lord has allowed an exiled half-orc to take up residence within his borders. Our story follows this half-orc for now. And if you'd like to introduce your character, please.
I'll be playing Baldur, half-orc exiled soldier, looking to find a refuge for the exiled after being exiled from Tharag's land. And I'm currently rummaging around my supplies and getting ready to progress on to the next part of the woods.
Okay. The woods are tranquil. You can take a moment to listen to the wilderness, and it is beautiful. The memories of Tharag's land sometimes haunt your thoughts, the barren wasteland, sand rough beneath your feet, somehow finding its way into all of your clothes, the smog of industry smothering the earth and choking your throat. Overhunting has caused most of the animals to die out, but not here. Here the grass is soft, a stream can be heard rushing in the distance, birds singing and insects making their own little noises. Is there anything you would like to do before we proceed?
What was I going to do?
I have absolutely no idea.
Yeah. Can I just double check that I have not left anything before moving on and check my surroundings in case of any unwanted visitors are lurking in the shadows?
Okay. As you triple check your bag, you find your knife, your various knives for filleting game, cutting the skins off to make hides for your belts, pelts, everything like that. Once you are satisfied, you look back up to the trees and roll a perception check for me, please.
A 11.
You hear the ruffle of a bush ahead. A stag stands before you, proud but still, as if frightened of noticing your presence for the first time. It remains silent and still, and then suddenly it is easily cleaved in two. Standing above the bloodied corpse is a massive, dark green-skinned orc with huge tusks. You recognize this. For a moment, with its sheer size, you believe this to be Tharag himself. But once the initial shock has worn off, you realise the colour is just off slightly. This is an orc you have seen before though, usually at Tharag's side and always covered in blood. Vorash. Is there anything you would like to do
I'd like to
before we roll initiative?
ready my sword and just get into a proper stance in case they spot me initially and get the drop on me.
Okay. As Vorash picks up his axe from the corpse, as the blood is spurting and covering his long top knotted hair, he sees you as if for the first time, and a smile creeps across his tusked face. He throws the great axe to the side and pulls out a dagger as if enjoying the next motions. And he says, "What's the matter, little one? Scared of seeing a true orc can do? There's a pretty price on your head, and I intend to collect both." And with that, we shall roll initiative. 9. Okay, you are bottom of the round. They are now all visible. Top of the round is the orc that has now picked up Gorash's axe. He will move right up in your grill, but it is not enough. Second in line is the orc with... So the axe is the one to the south. The mace is the one at the top. My apologies. Gorash will go, "This one's mine." And he will move his movement towards you. And that will be your
Sweet.
turn.
I'd pull my great sword out and move to the mace orc and attack him, please.
I will,
So
I will attack with attacking, please.
it works, doesn't it? So
It works.
you know,
It matters not what I beat it with, as long as I beat it.
yeah. So I'll roll to hit 13.
That hits.
That's good then. For a total of 10 damage.
Ooh, that does not like it very much. So you hit it for 10.
That is correct, yeah.
Okay, and that was the mace. That's correct. Okay, that is a good hit. You cleave your greatsword deep into his flank. He's still up, but he looks angry. So you've just had your day in court. Mace will back off, triggering a attack of opportunity, if you so wish to take it.
I will take it, yes. I'll just swing again with my greatsword.
Okay, roll to hit.
Oh, natural 20
Oh,
plus 6, so that's a total of 26.
oh shit. How would you like to kill this thing?
I like to raise my greatsword and swing it down and cleave him in half.
Oh, you're gonna. Lovely. With a natural 20, you managed to go straight through this orc, through its flesh, muscle, gristle, and bone in one fell swoop, and either side just flops to each side. And that's him dead. The next one is the axe. He is going to forfeit his turn because Gorash told him to. And the next one, Gorash is going to get right up and he is going to draw. Oh, it wasn't a short sword he drew. It wasn't a dagger he drew. It was a short sword. That is a 12 to hit.
That does not hit.
That does not hit. And he's going to swing back again for his other short sword. Because of his level, he gets 2 goes. And that is a 13 to hit.
Still does not miss. Hit.
It still does not miss. So that's two misses. He comes in with it and just misses your flank, and he swings the hilt round, so he's got a reverse handle. He tries to take your head off, but he just duck out of his way. And that will be your go.
After I cleave this whore,
This whore.
after I cleave this orc, I turn to Gorash and use my greatsword.
I thought it was Vorash. I've changed everything to Vorash now.
Vorash. Yeah, Vorash. Yeah, you got me questioning it now. I will use my greatsword to cleave him in half.
Oh, okay. I mean, I sincerely doubt you're going to, but
well, you know what I mean. And
you're going to try.
Yeah, try. I've got an 18 to hit.
That does hit.
For a total of 6 damage.
That hits mainly because I forgot to equip his armor. Fuck. That's fine. He's a careless orc. He's hard. So that's 6 damage. Ooh. So as you bring this sword down and it tries to cleave him in half, it just dunk hits his thick skull, and the blade ricochets off, just piercing the skin ever so slightly.
Sound.
Next, the axe orc is going to use his movement to circle round the back, and Gorash is going to attack you. He's going to use one of his actions to draw his second short sword, and he's going to attack with a 14 to hit.
That does not hit.
In maybe 3 or 4 turns, I might get you. I've gone 12, 13, 14.
You're getting there.
I'm getting there slowly. And now that's your go.
I'll just go for the same again, attacking with my greatsword. An 8, which I believe does not hit.
8 does not hit Vorash, no.
I'll end my turn there then.
Okay. The axe orc is going to run to the side of your tent. He is going to use his weapon to slice it open. A natural 20 on that. Of course, he hits on the fucking tent. And he's going to go inside and then begin looting.
Nice.
Next, we have Gorash, who is going to swipe with one short sword
Yeah,
You're not gonna believe what I just got.
nat 20.
No, 15.
13 does
So
not hit.
we have gone 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, his second one, that's a 25.
That does hit.
That is going to hit
That's definitely hit.
for 6 damage. He gets very frustrated that he's just swinging and missing, and as he just brings one back half-heartedly, he just catches you on the left shoulder and cuts into your flesh. And that's your go.
I stumble back, but I manage to regain my stance and I go for another swing with my greatsword for a 18 to hit
That hits.
for a total of 15 damage.
Oh, beautiful. Okay, that is. I assume you were trying to cleave again.
Yes.
So as you go down to cleave, he brings up both short swords to deflect the blade, and he does catch it just in time to stop you cleaving him clean in two. And he deflects it ever so slightly, and it comes down, it cuts off his right tusk, and it beds itself into his right shoulder. He's hurt, but he is not down.
Right then, I'll end my turn there then.
Yeah. And little Looty Orc is going to continue looting because he's not allowed to do anything else. Vorash is going to try hit you again with you. That's going to hit. That is
Are you trying to kill me off before I rejoin the rest of the party?
abso-fucking-lutely. What is your current hit points at?
7.
7. Okay. Well, it was a dirty 20. He hits you for 6. And just as his short sword beds itself deeper into your flank, a sudden gust of wind erupts and floods the wooded area with a thick, damp fog. Vorash coughs and retreats to a tree and draws his flintlock pistols, pointing in every little movement he can perceive. A dark figure stands between two evergreen trees. Their colours seem strange to you, but perhaps this is just the fog putting you off. The figure, a humanoid, is dressed in deep reds and blacks. They are laden with golden jewellery. Their hair is as black as the raven, slicked back and tied into a half knot. It seems solid 1 second and then seems to almost drift into the fog and disappear, only to be solid again. And he says,
Greetings. I am here on behalf of my master, Lord Strad von Zalvich.
and as he says this, he bows his head.
He has instructed me to inform you that you both, Vorash and Baldur, are invited for dinner. My master has a request for you and will reward you handsomely. All you need to do is touch either of these trees beside me. Follow the path through the fog until you reach a charming little village of ours, Barovia, and you will see our home atop the cliff face. We will have a carriage waiting for you. I bid thee good day.
As he says that, he bows his head again. The fog will recede as the figure disappears between the two trees, but the trees do remain and their colours are unchanged. They do appear darker, perhaps sickly compared to the luscious trees that have been cared for by the elves. What is your passive perception?
My passive is a 13.
13. You will see Vorash flee. He is not hiding this in the slightest. You've hurt him pretty badly, and he has no intention of hanging around a weird, mystical, freaking godlike elf person. So he has run off into the tree line. What would you like to do?
I'd like to go into the tent and scare off the looter.
I like that. This happens, and you just turn around, go at the tent, and go, "Ooga booga booga!" Whoa!
Yeah.
You roll an intimidation check, please.
Intimidation. I am proficient in this. 12. Yeah.
This orc looks up and is like, he just kind of goes, "Huh, yeah, what are you gonna do?" And then he sees Vorash retreating into the distance, and you suddenly see fear in his eyes, and he sprints out of the slash he created, and away he goes.
I'd start bursting out with laughter and that, like, and go. I'd like, serves you right then, done it.
I never even released the figure that was talking to you. So, Vornash has retreated. His orcish friend with the axe has retreated. The bloodied, cleaven in two orc is laying beside you. And there are two trees that stand out from the rest.
Can I investigate the fallen orc of anything not valuable? Yeah.
It's okay, you can commit war crimes this early on, it's fine. Looting is fine. You find on him a mace, obviously. Yes, it's a
Yeah.
mace, which deals 1d6 plus 3 damage. You may, if you want, take his tusks as valuable
Trophies.
boasting trophies. Yep, valuable boasting trophies. He has some leather studded armor, and he has 30 copper on him.
Sound. I will take all of that and see if I can flog it. Flog it on Gumtree.
Put it on elf tree.
I'll leave it as it is, and I'll make sure I've got everything accounted for after the little skirmish and interaction with Strad's minion.
Well, he's already gone. There's only two trees left, which stand apart from the rest. They are sickly in colour, showing a beautiful day and sunbeams diving through the leaves above to project in many shadows upon the rooted and mossy ground. As soon as your skin touches the tree, the beautiful forest behind you is gone. You are drowned in a thick, damp, grey fog. It obscures your vision. You can't see your hand in front of your face. You feel a tugging at the nape of your neck, and you feel as if you're falling. You're uneasy. The fog appears to be spiraling around you. You feel yourself getting dizzier and dizzier, and suddenly you feel wetness on your back. As the dizziness passes, you find that you are laying on your back prone. The trees erected towards the sky, their tops obscured by the fog. The fog is still present, but it is not as bad.
Quick one before I carry on. Would you say I was ambushed by Vortash and the two orcs?
Yes. Vortash. Vortash? Is that right?
Yeah.
Vorash.
Yeah,
Is it
Vorash. Yeah.
Vorash, yeah. He
Got me.
did claim that there is a bounty on your head and he wants to collect it.
Sweet.
What would you like to do?
Like to further investigate the area and try to make my way to Bavaria.
Yep. To one side, you find the fog is thick and unmoving. Beyond, you see what you can just make out to be a massive stone wall. Its portcullis is down and rotting with moss. And in that direction, you smell the scent of death. To the other side, however, you do see a charming little village. The fog is significantly less towards the village. Tall shapes taking the visage of tombstones rather than homes, their windows boarded up and roofs sagging with rot. Between you and the village is a worn dirt road. On this road stands a black carriage. No horse is there to pull it, but the side door is open, and inside is the smiling face of the one who invited you. He is beckoning you towards the carriage.
I would like to go towards the carriage, please.
Okay. As you are walking towards the carriage, you take more of a look around. Now you've got somewhere to go. You look more in depth. The village you see, it's not so much engulfed in the fog as it is more surrounded. And to the north of the village, so you're coming from the south, and to the north of the village, there is a cliff face, and atop it you can just see a multi-towered castle, casting a shadow across the valley. As you enter the carriage, the smiling man disappears and is replaced by another. The smooth, handsome face of a kingly person. The cloth that adorns their body is that of fine silk. His ears are spiked like an elf, but his facial features are that of a human. His eyes are black, and not just the iris. The whole entirety of the eyes are black. He looks at you and smiles, revealing all of his teeth, which are pointed into razor fangs. This is the first time I get to do Mr. Hard voice. What do we have here? What adventurer? No, I'm joking. He says,
Ah, hail with might and valor, young orc, and very well met. I can offer you something of great magnitude, if you do me but one small favor. All I ask is that you meet with two children known to me as Rosavelda and Thornbald Durst. You'll find them just down the road, there.
the figure will point to the other side of the carriage towards the village down one of the foggy streets.
I have some esteemed guests arriving shortly. Their names are Oric, Vincenzo, Wisp. Oh yes, there's only three of them now.
What's the more? I tend to. Was there any more I should be worried about? Or
He looks at you and goes,
Passira had a family emergency. She will no longer be joining us.
right, all right then. Fair one. That can't really be avoided. But the question is, what's in this favor for me?
If you wait but a moment, my fine sir, you will learn. Rosavelda and Thornbald are there to meet them. However, I have had a change of heart in the venue, if you get my drift. Please collect my guests, bring them to me. Once I have them safely in my home, I will grant you the strength to do what you desire, and the ability to manipulate others for your own gains. Perhaps this can be used to usurp a certain orc,
True. I'll give you that.
That is my quest for you, young orc. Now, please direct them to my home at Castle Ravenloft, atop the cliff. I shall be patiently waiting for them.
and he will clap his hands twice, and the person who invited you will suddenly be behind you, offering a hand for you to step out of the carriage.
As I get out the carriage, as my surroundings changed,
Your surroundings have changed only in the fact that the fog appears to have followed you. As soon as you are out of the carriage, the inviter will get in the carriage, and you will hear a once more as Strad claps his hands again, and the carriage, being pulled by no horse, will begin tugging off into the distance down the road. You are left looking at the village in its entirety.
I look around and check myself before carrying on.
You check yourself before you wreck yourself.
Exactly what I had in mind, yeah. And see if there's anything nearby that I can patch myself up to some degree.
Where you're currently standing, there's nothing around. You are effectively in a field with a dirt road. Ahead of you, there is the village, so there might be a shop open or something.
Yes, I'll go to the shop, see if I
Okay.
can get some medical supplies.
As you are passing through the shop, not the shop, down into the town, you begin to notice more and more that the fog is following you and closing in. It's getting thicker. The buildings you are passing appear more and more rotten the more you look. Windows are barred, doors sealed shut, and there's a soft breeze, and upon the wind you hear a soft sobbing echoing around the street. The shop you find, or what you imagine was the shop, there's no name above the door, but there is the telltale signs of the wooden stall where they could sell fruits and vegetables and everything, just peddle some equipment. It is empty and rotten. But suddenly to the side of you are two children. One of them, a small boy who is crying softly into his older sister's dress. They are dressed in beautiful navy blue dresses and garments with red trimming, and
Oh,
she's shushing her younger brother. Oh, it's all right. It's all right. This this big strong man's going to help us. Look, can you help us, sir?
I'll turn and look at him, and I go. I guess you two are Rose and Thorn.
Yes. Has the master sent you? Are you here to help
Yeah.
us?
Yeah. What is it you need of me?
There's a monster in our house. Oh, please, we need your help. Our parents sent us out. There was a monster in our basement, and it screams, and it's got out. Please help. Our baby brother's in the attic.
I will, but I will need some more information on what this monster is.
I don't know. I've just heard it raw. I haven't seen it.
Right. And I say to myself, it's not great information I can gather, but judging on the situation I find myself in, it may have to do.
Yeah, we
And
we escaped down in the dumbwaiter. We was on the third floor. It got onto the third floor landing, and we escaped down the waiter.
right then, let me get patched up, and I will be with you 1,000%.
She kind of looks around, almost expectantly, like, where the fuck does this motherfucker think he's gonna get patched up? She will she'll say, here, take this. Daddy gave me this just in case things got bad, and she will hand you a glass vial with a green liquid inside.
I take it off her. Can I investigate it for any negative effects? Ideally, if it's being poisoned.
Roll an investigation check, please.
Investigation. 19.
Oh, as you bring this vial and uncork it and place it to your nose, you instantly recognize the unmistakable smell of the gods, the gooseberry, the strawberries. You instantly recognize it from potions that Elion has made in the past, and Kyla has made as well. You recognize this as a healing potion. 2d4 plus 2.
Yeah, that sounds. So I'll have to roll that because I can't find it on D&D Beyond.
That's
So
fine.
2d4 plus 4. So that's 3 plus 4, 7.
2d4
So I'm
plus 2. You
2d4.
sneaky bugger trying to get 2 extra hit points.
Can you blame me though? Because I'm 1 on HP. Like, yeah, so that's 3 plus 2, so that's 5 then.
5. Okay. As you drink this, you feel yourself invigorated with the energies of the gods, and you feel your flank and shoulder heal up instantly.
Oh, that feels a lot better than it did.
Can you help us now, Mister?
Yeah. Right, where do you live then?
She points towards a house that is nestled between 2 burnt down houses. It stands solitary on its own with the rubble at either side. The house looks well cared for. The windows are intact, the doors are intact. It stands out nicely in this whole area.
I'll just go to the 2 kids. I'm guessing this is the place then.
Yeah, it should be on the 3rd floor. It's please just kill it. I don't know where my mum and dad are, but if they're not around to pay you, you can just take my mother's jewelry box on the 3rd floor.
Alright. Could be a lot nicer, like, but but whatever I can find, I'm taking regardless.
The entrance, a rough iron gate with hinges on one side and a lock on the other, fills the archway of a stone portico. The gate is unlocked and it has rusty hinges, and as you open it, the gate shrieks. Oil lamps hang from the wall of the portico ceiling by chains, flanking a set of oaken doors that open into a grand foyer. Hanging on the south wall of the foyer is a shield emblazoned with a coat of arms stylized in a golden windmill on a red field, flanked by framed portraits of a stony-faced aristocratic family. Mahogany framed double doors leading to the foyer to the main hall area are set with panes of stained glass. So as you come through, I assume obviously you are being careful.
Yeah.
Now, as you go into the main room, would you, as a character, make a beeline for where the creature was said to be, or would you loot first?
I initially, before I enter the house, I turn to trying to remember Rose and her little
Rose and
brother.
Thorn, yep, who stand at the doorway of the portico in the garden.
Sound.
And ignore the dog that is in the.
Yeah.
That's Chief's dog. That's for later.
Your you mentioned the other day.
Yep. So
On.
they haven't arrived yet. You've arrived first.
Yeah. And I'd say to the Rose and Thorn, stay out here, stay out of sight, stay out of trouble, and behave.
They go, yes, of course. We'll. What? Do be careful. Please kill it. Let us know. Please find our baby brother and our mummy and daddy.
I will try my best, but I cannot guarantee if your mother and your father will be alive. I can't keep a straight face for that, you know.
Did you? Was that in character? That little chuckle.
Yeah.
Please save our daddy. Yeah, I can't guarantee he's alive. Dickhead.
Enter the house to what I believe is the main foyer bit.
Yep, where these spiraled staircases.
Yeah, and so I will have a look round. I'll go into this first room here, investigate in here for any
Yep.
valuables.
As you go in, you are confronted by 3 wolves. 2 on your left and 1 straight ahead. Make a perception check for me, please.
10.
10. You can tell easily that these are taxidermy wolves. They are fake. As a quick look round with that perception, you see nothing of real value. There's a bottle of wine on the side. There's a few chairs which you could probably flog for a few gold, but you could probably flog the wolves at a taxidermist for a few gold. But nothing you could carry with you.
Out of character, real quick. How's the rest of the crew investigated this room?
They have.
So that kind of throws a spanner in the works then what I wanted to do and that.
Why? What were you gonna do?
I was gonna put them like how can I describe this without getting this podcast cancelled and that?
It's all right. I can edit things.
Yeah. I wanted to put them in like some form of
Sexual
compromising
positions.
position. Yeah.
You wanted to have humping taxidermy wolves. Ay, yes, that would really fuck with how they've done things. If you're going to beat them and hit them, then that would work because as they look closer, they are a bit more matted and one eyes have fallen off, a paw's missing, that kind of thing.
Yeah. If they start questioning what these wolves, I'm happy with it. How heavy are the wolves actually?
The wolves are about. These are full-sized wolves. These are rather large. So you're probably looking at around 100 kilo.
Right.
Sorry, 100 pound.
Can I move them onto this little table thing so they're sitting in each of the chairs.
Ready for the poker game?
Yeah.
I mean, these are part of the map. I can't actually physically move them.
Yeah.
But yes, we will see you successfully move these 3 very heavy taxidermied wolves to sit on the chairs, whilst there is potentially a monster on the next floor.
Yeah. Is there any monocles and top hats nearby?
In this room, there will not be a top hat. However, as you are thinking of this, if you look just to your north, there is a closet. There are top hats and cloaks in there.
I'll quickly run to this closet, grab 3 of it cloaks and top hats, and put them on each of the taxidermy wolves.
Fair enough. I will say you do this, yes.
This may cause a continuity error, but it'll be funny.
Error 404, Strad file not found.
Yeah. And after that, I quickly double check this closet, and is there anything else worth of value in this one as well?
No, there is nothing but top hats and cloaks in this closet.
Then, right. Then can I investigate what I assume is the dining room?
You may. As you walk into this room, the centerpiece of this wood-paneled dining room is a carved mahogany table surrounded by 8 high-backed chairs with sculpted armrests and cushion seats. Ooh. A crystal
Fancy.
chandelier hangs above the table, which is covered with resplendent silverware and crystalware, polished to a dazzling shine. Mounted above the marble fireplace is a mahogany-framed painting of an alpine vale. The wall paneling. Oh, sorry.
I was saying, is that worth anything?
Roll an intelligence check.
Intelligence.
The wall paneling is carved with elegant images of deer
That-
amongst the trees.
Yeah. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You look at this and you instantly recognize the artwork. But you instantly also recognize that it is obviously a fake. The artist is an elf that you are familiar with because Elion loves him. However, as you look deeper, you notice that the sky just has too much detail. The artist in question didn't care much for the sky. It was all the landscape, it was the seas, the babbling brooks, the hills, the fences, the trees. That's what he loved. But this has far too much detail in the sky to be a genuine art.
Right.
You could probably flog it for 10 silver pieces.
Sweet. Is there any other things that's actually worth of value apart from that fake ass painting?
Fake ass painting. There's silverware on the table and
I'll come
crystal
back.
glasses, but that's all.
Right. What's that? Coughing my guts up. Is that painting attached to the wall?
There's a picture
Yeah.
rail circumference the room, and it is just hung off a wire and hook. So you could
Sound.
easily take it off. It is a large painting. It'd probably hinder you to carry it if you were in combat.
Sound. I'm not intending to carry it because I was for out of character. Well, per se, in character and out of character, Baldur just found it offensive that this is a fake. Take it off the wall, take it out the frame, roll it up. But the question I have is this an open flame?
It is an open fireplace, yes.
And is it lit?
It is not lit.
Right. Is there anything I can light it with?
I believe you have a tinderbox in your inventory.
No, I don't.
No, there's nothing in this room or nothing on your person that you can start a fire with.
So at this point, I assume I've took it out the frame.
Yes, you've rolled it up and yeah.
I put it in whatever hold I have that I am able to store things with.
Yeah, you just stick it in your backpack.
Then I proceed to back into the foyer and through the other door. I assume this is the kitchen.
It is a kitchen. In the kitchen, you see a very large stone oven. There is shelving, cabinets with various things in oils, seasonings, rolling pins, chopping boards, everything you would need for a functional kitchen. And in the top right corner, so sorry, as Baldur is walking in on the far right, so I don't know if that pings for you. If I double click, this door here, the bottom left, bottom right, that is the dumbwaiter that Rosavalda claims to have fled from.
Sound. And I assume this is a cupboard.
It's a pantry for the dries foods.
Is there anything that can cause fires in here apart from the obvious of the oven?
I would say there will be a flintstone on the side, and you can very easily place the painting in the stone bake oven and cast a few flint sparks onto it and set it alight. Yes.
I do that then.
Yeah, lovely. It is flaming happily.
But yeah, I grab that flint stone and I do store it
Yeah.
for in case I do ever need it for anything else.
That's fine. All it is, it's just a little rock about the size of your fist, and if you want to cause a spark, you just get a knife or a blade or something heavy like a brick, and you just hit it, and it breaks a little piece off. It's superheated and it has a spark.
Sound. I do have a dagger in my inventory.
Inventory.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Inventory. So I can use that. I progress back into the foyer and progress upstairs.
The stairs continue round onto the next floor. In front of you are 4 suits of armour, all with polearm weaponry, so a glaive, spear, a pike. There are 2 doors, one to your left, one to your right. However, as you get onto this floor, you notice that on the next floor up, you can see a flickering light and you can hear movement.
Right. I'd like to investigate this floor fully before I progress on to the next floor and deal with whatever is up there.
Okay, where would you like to go first? Oh no, there are 3 doors, sorry. One directly to your right, another one further down the corridor on the right, and one on the left.
I enter this room and I see 2 beds.
Yep,
which I
this,
assume is
you see an undecorated bedroom containing a pair of beds with straw-stuffed mattresses. At the foot of each bed is an empty footlocker. Tidy servant uniforms hang from hooks to the adjoining closet area. There is also a dumbwaiter in this room.
Which I assume goes down to the kitchen.
It does, yes.
I'm looking around the room and thinking about all the potential child labour laws that could have been violated.
Bet you are.
Because I think them 2, Rose and Thorn, are involuntary workers.
Okay, well these 2 beds here are roughly 6.5, 7 foot in length. So that's 5. No, about 6 foot in length of these beds. So they're like full single beds.
At this moment in time, Baldur is a bit stressed about his environment he finds himself in. So for a bit of humour, and to relieve some stress, he untidies it all and makes it all into a dirty pile.
I've seen that before. What's that off? He's searching something and he sees something really nice and pristine and he looks at it and he goes to turn away and he looks back and just messes it all up and he smiles at himself. What's that off? I've seen that.
I know where you're going with it and I can't think for the life of me what it was. And after I do that, I leave the closet, close the door, and progress onto the next room, which is on the one further down on the right.
Okay, now this is where I rectify one of my cock-ups from the game. As you enter this room, it is adorned beautifully in carved mahogany walls. On the right side, you see a beautiful library. Ahead of you, you see a desk with a quill and ink well on it, and a chair that has been pulled out. You imagine the master of the house used to spend many hours here before his descent into madness. Red velvet drapes cover the windows of this room. An exquisite mahogany desk and matching high-backed chair face the entrance of the fireplace, above which hangs the framed picture of a windmill perched atop a rocky crag. Situated in corners of the rooms are two overstuffed chairs. Floor-to-ceiling bookshelves line the south wall. A rolling wooden ladder allows one to more easily reach the high shelves.
Sound. Is there a can I roll for an investigation check to see if there's anything relatively important that I do need to take note of for a later date?
Yes, you may. Please roll.
A 13.
13. As you are rummaging round, you're checking under the cushions of the overstuffed chairs, you're fiddling with a book here and there, nothing seems to happen. So you go over to the master's mahogany desk, you open the drawer, and in the base of the drawer you see a key. Just a brass key laid in the middle of the drawer.
I immediately think I am taking that because that might actually be useful for something in the house.
Spoilers, it is, but I didn't read this passage and nobody picked the key up.
Have a quick further gander in the desk to find anything else.
You find some black leather books, some empty scrolls of parchment. There's nothing of real value left in this drawer.
Sound. Can I flip the desk in time?
You can, if you wish.
Sound. So will I need to roll a strength check?
No, it's only a small desk. It doesn't take much to flip it. The inkwell, the pen, the scriber goes everywhere,
Solid.
and it makes quite a ruckus.
Ooh, right. That. I look at that. Take a step back and think that was a bit loud than I wanted it to be, but that's fine. Can I see what is down this little corridor thing?
Yeah. As you go round the first line of books, you are confronted by a dusty corridor of more books where the wooden ladder on brass hinges is to reach higher shelves.
Since there's nothing of relative, what do you call it?
Value?
Yeah, in this book market, I leave what I believe is called the study and go to the room opposite.
This room is a conservatory. Gossamer drapes cover the windows of this elegantly appointed hall, which has a brass-plated chandelier hanging from the ceiling. Upholstered chairs line the walls, and stained glass walls depict beautiful men, women, and children singing and playing instruments. A harpsichord with a bench sits in the northwest corner. Near the fireplace is a large standing harp. Alabaster figurines of well-dressed dancers adorn the mantelpiece. Close inspection of them reveals that several are carving of well-dressed skeletons.
Can I further investigate the piano and roll an investigation check to see if that opens up a secret entrance type?
Funny, they did the same thing. As you play the harpsichord, you play a few keys. It's a little out of tune, but not by much. But nothing happens. You hear some movement from upstairs.
Yeah, that's fine. Then I leave. I progress upstairs.
As you walk up these stairs, you notice instantly that the carpet is dusty and moth-eaten. The stone on the floor is caked in dust. Directly ahead of you is a suit of armour. Now, as you go to walk past this armour, you hear it move. You hear the rusty of it motioning, and you hear a thump, and you have a little bit of pain in the back of your head, and everything goes dark. You wake up sometime later to noises just outside the door, and you hear basically what the? Oh God, I'm over here. Vincenzo, where are you going? And he says, oh my God, what is that? And you hear a crack of lightning. And that is where we will leave it. Thank you very much for playing, and thank you all very much for listening.